Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before I get to today's video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below to support the channel if you guys haven't already yet. Also, if you want to follow us on our streaming platforms, social media, and our Discord server, all the links are down below in the description section below as well. And without any further ado, let's get to today's video. So, if you haven't heard about now or seen it about now, if you own a PlayStation 5 or possibly PS4 still, you may be aware that Sony is doing it again. They are pulling digital movie and TV content from their stores once again, as it may be seen as maybe they have lost a contract to their through the licensing of Studio Canal products and other videos and TV shows as well. This posting comes from Sony's website directly to the user itself, and it states, "Discovery entitlement affected titles. As of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your library. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. Thank you, PlayStation Store." Even though I do realize I just said Studio Canal had their content pulled a year ago from Sony stores. So they were one of the first ones to go, or maybe not the first ones to go, but it's all because of expiring licensing with certain movies and TV shows. Let me go ahead and read a little bit of that article from a year ago as well. Sony's PlayStation Store as of next month will remove access to hundreds of movie titles from Studio Canal that customers in Germany and Austria previously purchased. This move comes a year after Sony's PlayStation Group stopped offering movie and TV show purchases and rentals as of August 31st, 2021, citing the rise of streaming video services. At this time, Sony assured customers that they can still access the movie and TV content they have purchased through the PlayStation Store for on-demand playback on their PS4, PS5, and mobile devices, but clearly that didn't mean forever. PlayStation posted notices about the impending removal of Studio Canal content from German and Austrian customers on their website. As of August 31st, 2022, due to our evolving licensing agreements with content providers, you will no longer be able to view your previously purchased content from Studio Canal, and it will be removed from your video library, the notice reads. We greatly appreciate your continued support. The PlayStation Store's removal of the films was previously reported by the German website 4K Film. Now, even though this kind of comes off as a shock for some people, if you haven't heard about this in the past couple years, and now it's happening this year, yes, any content, any digital content that you purchase on the PlayStation Store is not legally yours to own. You basically just bought an extended rental agreement on the digital content. Now, as opposed to buying a physical copy of the movie you want to watch, yes, you are purchasing part of that license that you own, and you can watch it until the day you die. And that's why people are leaning more toward collecting physical media. That way, they have it to own. They can watch it whenever they want. It doesn't expire. They can play it on any device. They don't have to worry about paying out $20, $30, even $40 for some movies that are going to expire within 2 years due to a licensing issue. So, why is Sony doing all this? Because, like it states, there's an issue with the licensing. They can only license or purchase a license to certain movie developers for so long. Let's say Xbox bought a license for Paramount Pictures, and they can release every movie from Paramount Pictures on the Xbox platform for about 5 years, and then after that, let's say Paramount decides to pull out, and the licensing agreement expires from them. Well, guess what? You're going to lose all your content from Paramount Pictures. But that's the case today, and it's happening right now, and it's getting to be real. And it's reverting us back to the times where, okay, I know you guys don't have the money for it. I know you guys probably don't have the room for them. But trust me, in this day and age, you're going to have to revert back to collecting physical media or reverting to pro-piracy. Yes, pro-piracy. There's a YouTuber by the name of Richard who runs the channel Review Tech USA. He recently did a video on this. And he stated that he is once again pro-piracy, even though he was against it for so long when it came to movies, music, and video games. And now with Sony making this move to removing your digital content from their platform, now it's going to revert people back to piracy, to pirating movies, especially with music and video games as well. And this has been an issue for the last, you think 20 years? How about the last 50 years? Ever since the invention of the VHS or the cassette tape, you gotta realize people have been pirating movies and music for the last 40, maybe 50 years, ever since those inventions. You know, you've been recording music off of the radio, you've been going to Blockbuster or any kind of rental, movie rental outlet and renting movies and copying them to another VHS tape to have for your own. This has been a thing for so long. And then when the age of Napster and LimeWire had come up, and everything just went to shit. You think, okay, the music artists are not going to be getting their royalties from people buying music or whatever, so we're going to start, you know, going after the people who are downloading music. And the number one band that started all that was Metallica, because they realized that one of their songs leaked to the radio when it wasn't supposed to yet. And then they found out, okay, Napster is the culprit. So they filed a lawsuit against Napster, and this whole thing just blew out of proportion. Napster was one of those programs, along with LimeWire, Kazaa, BearShare, and a whole bunch of other platforms where you could download not only music, but movies, videos, and some even video games and programs. And it has evolved over the last 20 years. People still do it to this day. I'm a guilty party. I was one of those who was downloading movies and music for my own personal library. I'm not sitting here copying them to CDs or DVDs or selling them to the public. That's not me. I want them to collect. If I can't go out and purchase something, you know, if I don't have the money for it, yes, I would go ahead and download it. Even those hard to find movies and even music. When it comes to music, there were so many artists that I have been opened up to in the last 20 years, and I haven't been able to find their CDs in stores anywhere, that I can only find online, whether it was YouTube or Yahoo Music. I was downloading them. I was downloading them through Napster. I used LimeWire. I used Kazaa. I used I used them all, people. So yes, people are going to start resorting back to pirating stuff because of stuff like this. If not pirating, then they're going to be forced to going back to buying physical movies. And that's why we still got physical Blu-rays and DVDs that are still hitting store shelves. That's why they're still being made. But fear that one day that may come to an end, especially with a lot of these streaming platforms that are taking over. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, all of these streaming platforms that acquire licensing to certain movies to air them on their networks, on their platforms. That's what they're relying on. Now it's like, you don't have to worry about buying digital content. You can just watch the content on a streaming platform now. So what's the use in actually purchasing what I call an extended rental agreement for a digital piece of media, when they're going to take it down because the licensing has expired? Maybe Netflix bought the rights to Studio Canal and such. Now, this is not only going to affect movies, people. It's also going to affect music as well. And in fact, it's already affecting music. Even Rich from Review Tech USA stated in his recent video that Apple Music does the same with their music library. If they lose the licensing right to certain soundtracks or certain pieces of music, they take it off their platform. So even music distributors like Spotify and such, they lose that content. They can't put that content up there due to copyright issues or, you know, etc. Anything like that. So not only is it happening to music and movies, but it's bound to happen to video games. In fact, it's already happening to video games. I should have mentioned that. It's already happening to video games. Look at the Xbox. Look at the PlayStation. When they tell you that a video game is being taken off or delisted from their digital store, yes, they lost licensing rights to either the company or certain content within the game or the game themselves. Now they tell you you can still play the game, you can still play the title as long as you purchased it and it's installed on your console. However, that doesn't seem to be entirely true, because somewhere out there in the lost universe, I own a copy of Forza Motorsport 7 through Games for Gold. Now, a lot of the Games for Gold content I still own, luckily, because, you know, since they took that down. But that one lone game I had owned through Games for Gold is no longer available. It's not, I can't download it, it's not in my list anywhere. If I want to play that game at all, I would have to go out and buy the physical copy of that game. So, we are reverted back to buying physical media, guys. And I would suggest buying physical media. A lot of people are smart for buying physical media. Yes, digital media can be convenient to a lot of people. It's the mere convenience of pushing the button on a controller to access a movie or a song or a video game nowadays. You know, we've gotten too lazy with technology that we have everything there at, you know, the touch of a fingertip, rather than go out and have the, you know, it's not just really a convenience, but it can be fun to go out to a store and look around in the video aisle, you know, the DVD aisle, look at the TV shows and movies. Almost kind of resembles how we were back in the day going to Blockbuster, looking at what we want to purchase, what we want to watch, what we want to listen to. That's where all this comes back into play. So you're either going to be reverted back to buying physical media once again in order to save it, in order to keep it, or you can revert back to pro-piracy, which is kind of what I'm doing now, because I have a hard drive that's filled with thousands of movies and TV shows and thousands upon thousands of audio files, you know, songs and such, even programs. And so that's where I stand at. But where do you guys stand at? Does this upset you that Sony is making this move, and it's possible they're going to be continuing to do it in the near future with more and more studios as well as Xbox? Let us know down in the comment section if you guys are concerned for it. It's going to be a big thing coming in the next couple of years, maybe up to 2025 or 2026. What do you guys think about today's video? Let us know down in the comment section. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out if you made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys once again for watching this content, and we'll catch you in the next one.